Let's welcome our next guest, Republican Congressman from Pennsylvania, Guy Reschenthaler. Great to see you, sir. We just have some breaking news right now we'd like you to respond to. The Biden campaign, Joe Biden is saying he will ask the Senate to release any personnel records related to Tara Reade, but the Senate likely doesn't have those records. They're either at the National Archives or at the University of Delaware. This seems like another distraction on a very bad day for Joe Biden, where he had a disastrous interview that people are saying was a train wreck on MSNBC, where he dug his hole deeper. Now it feels like he's just delaying, distracting, and not letting people get to the bottom of what happened with Tara Reade. Your reaction?
Well, Liz, thanks for having me on this evening. I appreciate it. When it comes to this entire process, I have my lawyer hat and I have my political hat. The lawyer hat in me, I defended a Navy SEAL falsely accused of detainee abuse on a terrorist, and he was afforded due process. And I think that Brett Kavanaugh should have been afforded due process. I think Joe Biden should be afforded due process. Now, that's the lawyer in me. The political animal in me says there is a hypocrisy that is incredible going on. The Democrats only want to pay attention to the victim when the accused is a Republican. When the accused is a Democrat, they try to gloss over it. And when it comes to these records that Joe Biden should hand over, Justice Kavanaugh handed over his daily planners from high school. Joe Biden can produce these documents if he wants to, and he should produce it. And let me just say, even though the accused has the right of due process, of course, victims have rights too, and the victim has the right to be heard. Both can be true at the same time. And in our criminal justice system, both should be true.
Tara Reade is a Democrat. She actually supports Bernie Sanders and she likes Stacey Abrams. She's saying the Democrats have totally alienated her and marginalized her and betrayed her. If Joe Biden is telling the truth, then say yes to go into the University of Delaware where my Senate records are. Tara Reade is saying her complaint letter outlining the assault allegation is in there. Maybe other complaints for other staffers might be in there too. If he's telling the truth, stop talking about the National Archives, stop talking about Senate records, say yes, University of Delaware, release them. If he doesn't release them, it looks like he's covering it up. Your reaction to that?
I agree. He should be able to produce these documents. And if we talk about, again, the hypocrisy and Democrats, who they believe, just look at the actions of Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi endorsed Joe Biden after she heard about the allegations from Tara Reade. So this just shows that she is not taking Tara Reade's allegations seriously. Otherwise, she wouldn't endorse Joe Biden for president. The Democrats hate this president so much that they'll ignore the allegations of an alleged victim and endorse Joe Biden rather than trying to get to the truth of this.
Yeah. I mean, we're about reporting the facts in the news. Tara Reade is saying, quote, Joe Biden raped her. So that's the news. Democrat Senator Tammy Duckworth, Representative Hakeem Jeffries, Planned Parenthood said they all say Tara Reade deserves to be heard. But I hear what you're just saying. Let's take in and listen to what Nancy Pelosi is saying. Yesterday, she dismissed Tara Reade's allegations, saying, I'm satisfied with Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi did not always talk like this. Watch this.
We're here to show our respect for all women who have a case, have it respected, for due process, to investigate, to find the truth, not fear it.
Here's the thing. I have complete respect for the whole Me Too movement. I have 4 daughters and 1 son. And there's a lot of excitement around the idea that women will be heard and be listened to.
But what's happening here has lifetime impacts. The crimes themselves, the allegations that have been made are about offenses that have a lifetime impact.
There is also due process. And the fact that Joe Biden is Joe Biden.
Your reaction, Congressman?
Amazing that Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats just discovered due process. It's been in our criminal justice system since the founding of our nation, and they just discovered it. But again, it goes to the hypocrisy, and it shows you the media narrative. If it fits the narrative that all Republicans are bad, then you always believe the victim. If it doesn't fit that narrative, then you gloss over and ignore the victim and move on. That's what the Democrats are doing. That's what the mainstream media is doing as well.
Well, Mika Brzezinski had a tough interview, so we'll see what happens with the rest of the mainstream media. Congressman, great to see you. Thank you so much.
They're being forced now. They're being forced to do it. They sat on it for 2-3 weeks.